Hello and welcome back to LazArcade again. Apologies for the dropout of signal there. YouTube decided to drop server connection for completely and utterly no reason. Fortunately, I did pause as we lost the connection. So, I will literally just pick it back up from here, and I'm gonna have to figure out why that was. I mean, PS5 is brand new, it's in the same place as where the PS4 was, and that should not have happened. But we'll find out, and I'll try and link these together in the playlist later, once I figure out what's gone on. So, back to the race. We are 6 minutes into a 1 hour race, so hopefully that doesn't happen again. BSF Gaming is in 7th place with LazArcade bouncing around all over the place, doing a bit of breakdancing. And Liam, very slow up ahead, has collected some damage, so he may have hit the wall there. Jazzy still bouncing around. BSF now chasing, trying to find a way past. T-Jam closing these guys up to make it a 3-wide battle. Jazzy still lagging, is all over the place. Liam now slow with that damage, is going to get taken by BSF. Not just yet. Maybe on the uphill section. We'll find out. Liam doing very well to hold on, as holding a defensive line. He will run wide. BSF follows the wider line to keep that slipstream and using it to full advantage going up that hill. Pulls out alongside and straight by, and Jazzy now bouncing around behind. Also follows through. Liam holding a tight line, manages to stay ahead of Jazzy for a moment. Everyone all over the pit lane, and in goes Liam. So we're going to cut forward to Fordy up at P5, who is the last of the non-pitters. So, Fordy, Bond, Spaniard, Stevo and Ryan all yet to pit. Jazzy and BSF not very far behind at all. Fordy following Bon, who still hasn't pitted with that early damage, is up to 4th place, slowly making his way through. Spaniard in a very commanding 3rd place with no damage. Stevo having picked up a 1-second penalty for track limits by the looks of it. Chasing Ryan is going to be out of the slipstream already, and now even further behind. So that front battle has pretty much just ended itself with that penalty. Ryan now up front. He's on those softs, so he may need to pit soon, or he may not. It's up to his strategy here. See how long he can make those tyres go before... Oh, Bon and Spaniard here before Ryan needs to pit. on sitting behind Spaniard and trying to find a way through, but with that damage will be slower in the straights. But getting alongside, you may have it into turn 1 on the brakes. Spaniard holds it on the outside and stays in front for now. Gets the better traction on the exit. 4D now using that double slipstream to try and pull himself back in. Womjo has made his way past Jazzy, and Watto closing up. Jeff, Axel, Liam, and BSF is in the pits. And is now on to softs. And he comes out behind Liam. And T-Jam also in the pits, now getting rid of that damage. Diva at the back, sliding his way into turn 1, having a very quiet race, just keeping it chill and hoping that with his strategy he'll be able to make some moves up to the front very shortly. BSF all over the curbs trying to get past Liam, who with that damage earlier proved to be very difficult to overtake, and is once again proving to be a bit of a thorn in BSF's side as he blocks very, very well all down the wiggly section. We'll go up to Axel, who is detached from the back of this three-way fight with Watto, Jeff and Womjo, and there is Jazzy there at the front. Still wobbling around. We'll skip past Jazzy because we'll skip back to Jeff because I don't want to stay on the lag car too much, just in case that's what's caused some issues. We're 5 cars now in the space of just a few meters. Back towards the rear, we're looking at T-Jam following Liam and BSF. Round the outside goes BSF again into turn 1, and will now make the most of those soft tyres as he tries to close down any sort of result in this race, because let's face it, after winning the first race, being in P11 after the first 12 minutes, is probably not where he thought that he was going to be. Axel having picked up a penalty down in 10th, and so has Watto and Womjo. So 3-way penalty sprint. There we go. Everybody serves it except for well, okay, only Watto serves it. Everybody else picked it up on that last turn by the looks of it. So there was 3. The little one said roll over, and 3 became 2. And Jazzy and Jeff side by side down the hill, and Jazz still bouncing around all over the place. 3 wide in behind these guys as we go to Womjo on the outside. And Axel and Jazzy out wide. Jazzy out wide has lost it onto the grass. From what was a P6 or 7 is now back in 10th. Very quickly, BSF is already on the back of this group, having made his pit stop 2 laps ago, and is going past Womjo at a flying rate of knots, through past Watto, who is all over the grass. Now goes up the inside of Jazz. It's 3 cars in one sector, and not even that, maybe 3 or 4 corners. Straight onto the back of Axel, who, serving that penalty this lap, will literally send BSF from 12th to 7th in less than half a lap. Jazzy bouncing around there now in 8th, back up a few places, having picked up a penalty though, will serve that next time around. BSF with those soft tyres now going to try and run away from this mid-pack, and does so down the hill very nicely. Oh, and off goes Axel into the wall there at the back. From one wall to the other. Jazzy in a Precision Motorsport sandwich as Liam goes up the inside. Watto goes and slots in behind, drifting though. Watto's gone around. That did not end well for Watto. Lots of lag there as Jazzy somehow passes Liam. And Liam picking up a load of damage and a track limit penalty there. And BSF now just leading this train, dragging them up to Jeff, who Liam there went for a move and almost made it, but didn't quite on Jazzy. And these two now going to serve their penalties. Will drop to the back of this group again, and that might just detach them all slightly. And Watto there with a massive, or Axel, sorry, with a massive penalty. T-Jam with a little one will serve that next time around. Watto didn't get damage, so very nice job there. BSF somehow picking up a half-second penalty, probably on track limits. So having got away from the group, will now drop back to the group once again, next lap around. We'll move up to Jeff, who is chasing 40, and Spaniard, Steve-O and Ryan all still not pitted. So Ryan, having not pitted from those soft 16 minutes in, has now pulled out a massive lead over Steve-O. And then a small lead again, or quite a medium lead over Spaniard. Then 40 is a little bit way back from that. Then Jeff, BSF Gaming, who has broken that pack of Wumjo, who goes round again. T-Jam serving that penalty, BSF serving that penalty. So still maintaining the gap to the pack behind and closing in on the two in front. Using those soft tyres to good effect to move forward at this early stage. Or quarter stage, should I really say. Fordy all over the back of Jeff. Going up the inside, makes a good move. Jeff with a little cutback, might stick with him on the exit, but doesn't go for the move. Thinks patience is the better strategy. And now BSF onto the back of these two. Fordy doing very well, and Jeff almost getting a bit sideways there. Goes up the inside of Fordy, BSF following through. Side by side down the hill, absolute brilliant racing. Fordy loses out to BSF, getting a bit sideways, has lost his traction up the hill. Fordy using Jeff's slipstream will get that place back as Jeff moves over to the inside. Now giving Fordy that slipstream again. BSF slotting in behind. Thinking about the move, sends the move, and running wide, but manages to make the move on Jeff as well. Around the, well, up and under really. A slight uppercut, but he makes the play stick. Jeff trying to get that run around the outside, will follow the slipstream and try and run away into turn 1. Back up the inside, runs a bit deep, BSF with the switchback, 40 slotting back in behind, and just like that, these 3 switch positions 3, 4, 5 times in the space of 4 corners. BSF dropping it on the grass there and losing those 2 places. Now has that work to do all over again. 40 sticking with Jeff, who was sliding down the hill, and that may have just meant that 40 and BSF can catch back to up the hill. We're going to stick with these 3 for just a moment, as I want to see what happens into the next hairpin. 40 going up the inside of Jeff, decides that he's going BSF sliding right up to the back of these guys, powering out early, has gone from about 10 lengths back to now side by side with them down the hill. 3 cars with literally a tissue could be thrown over them, let alone a blanket. Past Jeff goes BSF, and now up the inside of 40, so very quickly getting those 2 places back. 40 on the hard tyres really doesn't have the punch out of the corners to stick with those softs. However, Spaniard in a lonely 3rd, Steve-O, in a lonely 2nd, and Ryan in a, well, different postcode up at the front here at the moment, was still not pitting 21 minutes in. Wumjo, having just pitted again for some fresh tyres and some damage repair, now drops into the back. Diva on those hard tyres, going for the long strategy. Jazzy bouncing around all over the place in a very lonely 12th. Oh, Watto, Axel, Liam and T-Jam all in a pack. Chasing down Bon, who came 2nd in the first race and hasn't had a very clean 2nd race, as T-Jam sends it up the inside. So does Watto, and they both end up off the track and in the wall. Axel somehow manages to avoid all of that, but is still heavily damaged from earlier on. Liam again, very heavily damaged. He did pit and repair earlier. So Bon on some relatively new softs. Oh, T-Jam all over the place, has lost it into turn 1. Jazzy lagging around, nearly gets collected by T-Jam as he comes back on. Watto having pitted now for a fresh set of tyres and a bit of repair. Bon trying to break through this mid-pack, and every second he spends in this mid-pack is a second that he will not be fighting for the lead. And we're 23 minutes into a 1-hour race here, where literally anything could and will probably happen. 40 chasing Jeff up the hill, so a nice little slipstream train as Liam and Axel are following through, and I think that is Jazzy coming in to the background. Bon, having now caught up with 40, will probably send it into turn 1 if he doesn't make the pass on the straight here now. 40 defending for his life, left, right, left, right, left, right. probably needs to not block so aggressively, as it's cost him a lot of time. It's Jeff in front, and even if he held the place, he wouldn't have had the slipstream. And Bond, with those softer tyres, has just left Fordy for dead. And Fordy now with Liam and Axel and Jazzy latching onto the back of this pack is going to get swallowed up. T-Jam with his little excursion last lap around, picking up a bit of front bumper damage. Wumjo and Watto closing it back in. Going back to Bon, who has broken a massive gap to that mid-pack, is going to catch Jeff up the hill. Thinks about a move into the hairpin, he pulls out, he goes for the move. Jeff lets him take the inside line. Runs wide, does Bond. That's going to probably be a penalty there for running wide, and if he gets away with it, he's a very lucky sausage. Jeff will get the slipstream back down the hill though. And Jeff on those mediums won't have peak grip, but will have longevity on his side. Behind these two, Fordy is still holding up everybody else on those hard tyres, so doing a very good mastered defence here. As Liam and T-Jam and Axel all up the hill side by side, Laggy Jazzy latching onto the back of this pack, tapping away, just tap, 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 nudge, nudge, nudge. Needs to be careful because as every week, anyone suffering major lag is told to give space, and there is not a lot of space being given here. Jazzy may be running wide again, loses the place to Liam. Liam chasing T-Jam, tries to go for a move, can't go for a move. Jazzy bouncing around, it's 3 wide through the tunnel, and this is not going to end pretty. Liam hitting T-Jam into the hairpin, forcing T-Jam wide. T-Jam somehow staying on the track, but losing the place to Fordy, who... Fordy is into the pits. He's getting off those hard tyres. He's had enough of that fight. So Jazzy, who is now trying to overtake T-Jam, does so into turn 1. Liam and T-Jam try and return it early into the braking zone, but don't manage it. But as both those cars have heavy damage, they are not going to be as fast. And Axel with even more damage, sitting in behind this group. T-Jam losing out by running wide there. Wumjo and Axel sliding through. Liam now trying to get his places back. As weaving around down that S section, blocking those behind. Wumjo with no damage and fresh tyres should be able to just work his way past. If he can work a bit of slipstream, he needs that slipstream just to drag himself alongside. And he gets on the inside of Liam this time around. Makes that move very nicely. Well, Liam still sticking it out with the acceleration damage with all 3 front parts. Oh, sends Axel into the wall. T-Jam sliding up the inside, tries to stay out of the way and also hits Axel on the next straight. The Precision Motorsport guys were a little feisty in their defences here. A little bit more awareness is needed. However, Womjo following Jazzy doing extremely well to pick his way through. He's now going to get stuck here behind Jazz, who is driving a car effectively 4 cars wide with all that bouncing. We're going to... Oh, Womjo picking up some damage down the hill, so there goes his clean. There goes a T-Jam doing some drifting at the back. Ryan has finally pitted, and BSF has somehow managed to get up to second, but on heavily worn softs. Ryan in the fueling phase. BSF is doing what? I'm going to dive in the pits behind him. Spaniard is also into the pits, so that leaves Bon, who is now going to take the lead potentially. No, Ryan stays in the lead, and Bon will be in second with Jeff in third. Jazz now moving up to fourth. The battle of the pit stops, Womjo and T-Jam all pitting as well. Whoa, excuse me. Right, BSF coming from second, or going from second to 10th in that one pit stop. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Right. BSF onto some medium tyres. 40 onto some medium tyres. We didn't see where Ryan came out. Ryan came out first, obviously, on the hard tyres. Only doing 1 lap. And pitting again. So, 32 minutes down, 28 minutes to go. Ryan doing just a solitary lap on those hards. Jazzy now going up to third. Ryan dropping all the way down. Is now coming out of the pits in 8th place. Very weird strategy for Ryan, having a 40-odd second lead, decides to pit twice in 2 laps and put himself in the mid-pack. So we'll see how that works out as he tries to make his way forward. But that leaves Bon, who early on with damage and the crash and everything else is now leading from Jeff. Jazzy holding third at the moment. Then Liam, then Watto, Axel, Steve-O. Ryan now up to 7th, sliding past BSF in 9th, closing up to the rear of these guys. 40 trying to stick with. Womjo definitely sticking with 40 in that slipstream. And Spaniard, having pitted from 2nd or 3rd, is now 12th. Oh, Bon is pitted from the lead. So those soft tyres not lasting for anyone else other than Ryan more than a few laps. Ryan managing to make them last nearly 30 minutes. So that sends Jeff to the lead, ahead of Jazz, ahead of Liam, Well, now Ryan, as he scythes his way through that mid-pack very, very fast, BSF has just latched on to the back of them as well, but we'll have to do a whole lap with the traffic, and we'll all goes around the outside of Watto. Yep, goes around the outside of Watto. Steve-O running wide, BSF following through. Now Bon out the pits as well, has just jumped onto the back of them, and he's gone to some mediums as well. So the leading three from the first three from the first race have all gone to medium tyres, and it looks like being in this mid-pack are going to shoot out till the end from here. Lots of penalties being served. Womjo being spun around up the back there in the tunnel. Bond sending it up the inside into the hairpin and taking 5th place. Jeff has pitted in from the lead, meaning Jazzy is now the leader. Ryan is in second. Axel and BSF has got back past Bon. 40 in close contention. They're going to... Steve-O hit the ball there in the background. Oh, my voice is already going. Bon sliding his way back past BSF. So as these two duke it out, switching positions, they need... Oh, Bon's hit the wall. Bon hitting the wall, picking up damage, not ideal. That leaves 40 up the inside. Spaniard bouncing around, trying to get back past Bon as well. Does so. Goes for... Oh, Bon going for the move. Oh, he makes that move very nicely. Back on Spaniard. Oh, and then clips 40 on the exit and turns him around, losing a place to Spaniard and Steve-O, and Watto closing in will probably go right by him as well. So that damage on Bon, not ideal. He's gone from battling for the lead to battling for mid-pack here at the moment. BSF trying to make a little run for it, is closing on Axel with a 1 second penalty ahead of him. Ryan not too far up the road, but is closing in on Jazz, who for the moment is keeping a decent pace. Not as fast as everyone else behind, but decent enough to make a bit of a strategy call in the next few laps. BSF heavy on the brakes, getting the rotation into the bottom of the hill corner, following that slipstream. Spaniard now in the double slipstream. BSF just following Axel, looking for that penalty to be served, and does so, but Axel does not ghost, and BSF has to fly around him in avoiding action. Very nice hairpin move. We have a massive pack of everybody out of control behind. Steve-O running wide, picking up a penalty for track limits there. T-Jam also. Bon is pitted for the damage. That is unfortunate because he really needed to, or he really wanted to be up there at the end Well, 20 minutes to go, there's still anything could happen. And that is the thing, anything literally could happen from here. Spaniard and BSF. Ryan on the same fuel and same tyres is not that far up the road still. With Jazzy in the lead, holding the pace, it's keeping everyone in contention for the moment. But that lag is going to prove pivotal as he drops back. With those heavily worn tyres and fuel, a pit stop is going to be pretty imminent. Spaniard and BSF through the tunnel into the final hairpin. BSF up the inside, gets the car stopped and rotated, runs a little bit wide, stays straight so Spaniard can get a clean run down the hill side by side. Very nice move. Spaniard taking the place back with the shorter route. Although into turn one, very different lines. BSF on the curb, he's not going to get past on that corner. Back a few places and a few seconds down the road, we have Axel and Womjo, T-Jam and Steve-O squabbling for 5th place. T-Jam left, right, up, down, in, out, round, around. Not quite sure how to get past Womjo, who, with a tad bit of damage, will be slower on the straights. So T-Jam just needs to be patient here. Doesn't need to go doing anything silly like picking up a half-second penalty for track limits. Because coming up this hill will be absolutely enough to get the slipstream and just drive straight by. However, serving that penalty will now drop back and risks losing 2 further places. Tries around the outside, there's no room around the outside when there's 3 other cars in close proximity. Jazzy has pitted from the lead. Jazzy has pitted, so that moves BSF and Spaniard up to P2 and 3. Ryan now on his own can just focus on putting his foot down and going away again. Spaniard on the soft tyres, so he's got the grip now to close in if he can. He's got to use that grip and make the most of it. So when it dies, he can get in and get out rather quickly. Jeff and T-Jam have broken a small gap to Steve-O. Bon out of the pits with the repair damage on the soft tyres with 17 minutes to go. P7. Jazzy straight out the pits. P8. These two flying up behind those in front. A little bit squirrely on the exit, but may well have the slipstream of Steve-O in front. I think he's just in range maybe. So slide through the final left-hander down the hill. Steve-O hits the grass, and that's definitely put Bon in slipstream range. And into the first corner, Bon just a little deep on the brakes, closing up on Steve-O. setting himself up for a very nice run up the hill. Niggles through, Jazz with a more contact. Bond sneaking by Steve-O. Steve-O having picked up a bit of damage from probably a wall tap somewhere. Jazz all over the back of Steve-O. 40 up the inside. 40 just sends Jazz halfway to Narnia, but does give the place back. If you make a mistake and take someone out, just give the place back. That's all that's asked. Very good driving. Well, very good etiquette. Steve-O slow up ahead. Bon has now made his way past T-Jam into 5th. Jeff with a half-second penalty just up the road will be his next target. With damage on some soft tyres as well, should be easy pickings. And into turn 1, as the cars wobble over the bumps. Bon up the hill. Follows Jeff through. Not being impatient. Setting up the move. Stays wide. Cuts back in. T-Jam sliding around in the background now. And again. A bit more slidey. Just needs to keep those tyres under control. Jeff running wide with the damage. Bon up the inside. T-Jam all over the place. Picking up a half-second penalty. We'll have to serve that next time around. And then just drive straight into the wall to equalise the damage, maybe. That seems a very strange tactic. But we'll go back to Bon, and Jeff, now having served his penalty, will just stay in the slipstream coming down this hill. Just. But into turn 1, we'll probably lose it on the exit. Up ahead of these guys, BSF and Spaniard all over each other, swapping places to and fro, as Ryan is now just taking it easy, chilling out front with no traffic and no fighting, just consistent laps, 34s. These guys fighting, doing 35s and 6s. Slowing them down. There's a yellow flag ahead. There's a stationary car of Diva at the bottom of the hill. Barney in 4th, closing in on these top 3 very steadily. And Jeff behind, sticking with. So Spaniard and BSF going at it again down the hill, losing time with every second they fight. Spaniard goes again. BSF following through. S3 a Bon in 4th, just chilling, trying to get his way back up there. Jeff hanging tight out of the slipstream, but following through. 4D again on his own, broken free of this mid-pack now, which is down to 5 cars. And in the background there, Simply Jazzy just lagging and taking 2 cars out in one corner. There's going to be some penalties handed out after the race here if contact like that is not rescinded, and it looks like it won't be. So Steve-O and Wumjo taken up there. Oh, and who's that in the background? T-Jam now pitting again for some softs for the last 10 minutes. We're down to 10 minutes already. BSF has decided to pit. So not on very worn tyres, or maybe for fuel. Spaniard with a bit more fuel, Ryan with the same amount. So what is BSF doing for the last 10 minutes here? He's given up a dead cert P3 to go throw on some softs and put himself all the way to the back of this mid-pack of carnage. That has put S3 Bon, who was almost down and out earlier, back into 3rd. So those fresh softs straight out the pits, that light fuel load, there was no fuel taken on board. It was just some fresh tyres, and he's already passed 2. Make it 3 very shortly with Liam all over the place. Liam with a massive defence again. With damage and on hard tyres, won't be able to fight anything up the hill. BSF now chasing Bon. Watto trying. Oh, Watto, Liam taking BSF out, and Steve-O making a move on the inside. Steve-O bailing out of this battle. He ain't partaking in that carnage. Liam all over the back of BSF, now 4 wide again as we go down the straight into turn 1. BSF taking a wider route, V's off the corner, straight on the exit, someone in the wall, T-Jam manages to get away without damage in the back. Wumjo now back through into P11. Liam dropping places like a stone on those hard tyres in 10th at the moment. Watto on those mediums and with no damage now, moving his way forward. BSF has latched onto the back of Axel very quickly. Axel on some older tyres, but still softs. 2x2 up the hill they go. Jazzy, 4D, Jazzy just bouncing around, taking people out again going up the hill. Has lost 2 places going up the hill to 4D and BSF, and now Axel. Spaniard is pitted from P2, so that will move Bon into P3. BSF is already up to 5th. Axel following him through with 4D and Watto. Oh, somebody else into the pits there. Oh, Spaniard still. So Simply Jazzy losing several places with everybody up the inside. Has just been muscled out of the way. The lag being a massive detriment to the stability of this group. And he sends Watto off again into the fence. Just another slam into the fence there, not given back. And up the inside of Liam, taking Liam and Fordy out this, Liam and Watto, sorry, out this time. There are definitely penalties being given here. There will be a penalty for Jazzy, no doubt. You cannot be taking cars out like that multiple times, not giving places back and getting away with it, unfortunately. Axel and Fordy will be side by side going into the final turn. Axel inside, Fordy going for the cutback. Tries to make it. No, Watto, the race is recorded from Wednesday. The commentary is always race recorded commentary, so they will be time penalties or place penalties added afterwards with video evidence of the offences, just in case there are any mitigating circumstances, which in this case that's at least 4 places, 4 cars, 4 times. So once is fair enough, twice is bad enough, 3 times no, 4 is just no. Anyway, Fordy and Axel, yes, and Spaniard have now cleared the laggy Jazz, who through all that contact has not picked up any damage, which is also the byproduct of lag, is you get away with a lot more than what you should because the lag can't, or the server can't catch the lag in time. Ryan up at the front with 4 minutes to go. The pit lane is now closed. Pit lane closing with 5 minutes to go. Ryan is on his own. Bon on his own in second. Jeff is on his own in third, but with damage and worn tyres. BSF with no damage and very little wear. Axel with slightly more wear but no damage, both closing in on the top, or closing in on third place there. Spaniard trying to make his way forward. T-Jam all out of control, into the wall again. Watto into the back of him. Fordy somehow sliding in between all of it. So Momjo with catastrophic damage from the multiple contacts, just following them through. Liam as well with the damage from the contact earlier. Spaniard following Axel. BSF is now onto the back of Jeff. They're going to get one more lap, maybe 2 at a push. See how this goes. There's a very slow Spaniard and massive carnage in the background at the hairpin, as simply Jazzy has decided to make up more places somehow. Steward's inquiry race replay will be checking that afterwards. So 58 minutes and 30 seconds, lap 36, last corner. Axel breaking free of this group. Spaniard just passing Jazzy. Watto with rear bumper damage. Womjo making a very nice move. Will he hold it on the inside? Liam as well. He will. Watto running wide. Gets the power earlier. Womjo with the damage as well. Will be slower and more unstable through these corners and hits the wall again for good measure. Liam there sending himself to Narnia by hitting the grass. Jazzy all over the back of Spaniard, and Axel will go on board with, let's say, Watto. Laggy Jazzy, Spaniard up the inside. Whoa, he's the lag again. Jazz just lagging everywhere. Watto making contact through no fault of his own though. It was a lagging car like that, stationary, jumps in front of you, you can't do anything about that. However, they did not get a lap in. BSF has finished in third. We missed the move on Jeff, Axel, then Spaniard, Simply Jazzy, Liam, Wumjo, Fordy, Stevo, Watto, T-Jam, Diva, Ryan and Bon are going to do some victory laps as they're the only ones that made it for this final lap. So, as these two cross the line, before we do the results, I will be checking the final corner of lap 36. Ryan takes the lead. Takes the win, sorry. He had the lead for about 3/4 of that race. Bon coming down the hill to cross the line in second place. Now, I need to jump back to lap 36 and is it the last corner of lap 36? So there are multiple cars involved in an incident here. So T-Jam gets into the wall. Go on board with Wumjo. Put whatever. Oh, T-Jam around the outside. Spaniard is off, so we've already missed what's happened up here with Spaniard. So there's T-Jam just hitting the wall all by his own. Okay, so Spaniard just ditched all by his own, and then there's T-Jam going for a move around the outside, collects 40 on the rejoin. So, okay, no problemo with the last roll, and then 40 sliding off into the wall on the straight. Okay, so these are the race finishing order. Ryan, followed by Bon, BSF Gaming. My name is Jeff, Axel, Spaniard, Simply Jazzy. Is that Liam? Then Wumjo, Fordy, Stevo, Watto, T-Jam, and Diva. However, there will be a internal discussion on Discord regarding the multiple not places given back after contact regarding Jazzy and the lag. So, pending results, there will be penalties. There is a definite there. Other than that, that is this week's AMC done. I'm going to take a few moments in between streams to get some admin sorted and try and clear my nose, and I may well go again, being it very early morning, for last night's Precision Motorsport race. There's two groups, Group A, Group B, different ranks, drivers in those groups. So it will be from the Group B race of last night. Also, if you can send me the Group A race, or share the Group A race and give us the tags, I'll try and get that one done as well if you would like. But for now, this has been LazArcade, and I am BSF Gaming, and that was the Andy's Man Club, the AMC Charity Series 4 Deep Forest Raceway in the Renault Megane Group 4. Have a very good afternoon, and hopefully see you again soon. Bye for now.